Robert, how much is time of possession weighing for you guys that the advantage other teams are having?
We don't focus about that. We think about when we're on the field, we have a job to do. We have assignments to execute, plays to make. So for us, it's not about how we get on the field, it's about how we get off the field. So,
what do you need to do better to get off the field?
We need to continue to make plays, be where we're supposed to be, tackle, fly around, be good teammates to each other, communicate. So I think we got a lot to work on, and we got a lot to focus on this week, and we'll get to it.
How do you evaluate the run deal? I mean, obviously, that was the best run offense in the NFL. I bet you strive for perfection or whatever that is. Be perfect, but you can't be doing that. You evaluate.
Yeah, there's no perfect in the NFL. You know, going up against two great backs, maybe one of the best duos of backs this league has ever seen. So I got a lot of respect for those guys. We got to do a better job tackling, getting 11 hats to the ball, and making plays. And the more we can do that going forward throughout the season, the more games we'll end up winning.
Not having TJ out there, is there a trickle down? I mean, how much do you notice that when you're doing your job? Or
TJ is irreplaceable, Defensive Player of the Year, captain of our team. It hurts not having him out there, but we don't necessarily focus on that. We focus on the guys that are out there, and we just need to continue to come together and make plays.
How much of TJ is missing from a leadership standpoint?
What do you mean by that?
Just from, like, outside of the box score, communication and all that other stuff that you talked about that you felt.
Communication is not what made TJ Watt a Defensive Player of the Year.
Sure.
He's a playmaker. I mean, he goes out there and wrecks games and makes quarterbacks have nightmares. So we're excited to get him back here shortly, and we're going to continue to work until that.
That's something you guys have been pretty good again, recently. Was it? I mean, obviously he's a tough matchup, but do you feel like that was something you guys weren't doing, or were they trying to take advantage?
Nah, we just got to get right on our zones, our spot drop drill again, like I said, and just get better at that, really.
And Mike wasn't shy during the summer about talking about how this defense can be great and dominant. Do you think you guys can still get to that point even after the rough start?
Yeah, I mean, they dominated the line of scrimmage last night. That's something that we definitely have to push back. We can't let guys just run down on us. Something that we got to work on, something that we got to get better at. We've been singing the same song, so we got to figure out exactly what we got to do to get better at it.
How much is time of possession impacting what's happening there at the end of games? Is fatigue playing an amount of time you guys are on the field?
I wouldn't say, because, you're out there, you got to get the ball back to the offense as fast as we can. If we get 3 and outs, we'll be off the field fast. So we can't really talk about that aspect of it, because at the end of the day, we have to go out there and make plays as well, and get our offense as many chances as they need.
You just said you're singing the same song about what? What's that about?
You didn't hear this question?
Oh, I heard it. I was just asking for clarification.
About stopping the run?
Yeah.
Did you see George's catch? Can you appreciate that? It was on the loss, but did you see it?
Nah, yeah, it was crazy. It's kind of reminds you of that Odell Beckham catch back in the day. So I know that was a big time catch, catch that we needed. So, man, I know he's happy about that.
Did you guys?
My fault. I'm trying to make sure I'm not late to the meeting.
Do you guys feel pressured defensively while the offense is working through things to be perfect? And is that frustrating at all for you guys?
No, it doesn't get frustrated. We're always chasing perfection. We know we'll never be perfect, but it's just the small things that we try to work on every day, like stopping the run, making sure our zone coverages are tight. Those are things that, regardless of what the offense does, we have to go out there and perfect that ourselves. So that's what we're really out there trying to do.
I think the next gen stats said all of Chubb's rushing yards were after contact. Does that? I mean, obviously that's going to be frustrating as a tackler, but does that also tell you that you guys are in position to make plays? It's just a matter of making them?
Yeah, it's all about game tackling. Everybody running to the ball, wrapping up. We knew that about Chubb. We know that he's a dynamic back, and we knew that we had to try to our best to limit him. Like you said, he got a lot of yards after contact. We just got to go and shoot game tackle. Everybody run to the ball.
This issue does go back to last year. Is there a common theme that you guys can put your finger on that you can work next week and get this rectified?
Everybody just flying to the ball because missed tackles happen in the game, but you got to have your other friends right there, your other teammates right there, backing you up, having your back on the field. So we got to just all go out there and make plays together.
Zach was saying earlier that this is a marathon. You got to kind of remember that. Is it the same mentality for you? It's just 3 weeks in. You got to kind of not live and die week to week.
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of games left to play, a lot of get better to do, and that's our whole mindset with it. We're in here today trying to watch the film, trying to figure out what we need to do to get better, and then just keep on going week to week and definitely take those steps in the right direction.
When Akello goes out, does that change what you wanted to do at all?
Say it again?
When Akello goes out like that, does that change anything of what you try to do?
It definitely does, because, you know, we enjoy having Akello out there, but now, you know, we have guys like Levi, guys like James Pierre, different guys that got to step in and go out there and make plays and just put themselves in his shoes, you can pretty much say.
It's not often you guys come in here on a Friday after a short week. Does just the fact that you're in here today send any kind of message, or is there any kind of message from the coaching staff along those lines?
I wouldn't say a message. It just shows that we lost. It shows that we have stuff that we can get better on, stuff that we have to do to get better, and we have to watch the film to get better.